using SPSS and process macro. We've had two very insightful days of learning. And now, to lead this last and final session, I welcome our resource person, Professor Dr. Antony Joseph K. Sir, the floor is yours. Antony, sir, am I audible?
Okay. I hope we have discussed up to model number 8 yesterday.
Model number 7, sir.
Model number 7. Okay. So we have to discuss from model number 8. Okay. So here is model number 8. I hope you can see this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, the independent variable is financial satisfaction and dependent variable is financial well-being. The mediating variable is financial self-efficacy and the moderator is financial attitude. Here the moderator is moderating two variables. That is moderating the relationship between X and M and X and Y. That is the difference between 7 and 8. Okay. So let's go to the data set. Analyze, regression, model number is 8. We have an independent variable and dependent variable. Dependent variable here is financial well-being. Independent variable is socialization. Moderator is self-efficacy. And that is a moderator. That is, now we are considering financial attitude as a moderator. We can, after doing this, we can change some of the variables and see how the output is changing. Okay, what options? We need code for visualizing interaction. Pairwise contrast is also ticked. We are using only continuous variables. And conditioning value is -1 standard deviation mean and +1 standard deviation. Johnson name and output may be selected. Okay, continue. Now give OK. Let's wait. Okay, here are the output. Model number 8, Y is financial well-being, X is socialization, and M is financial self-efficacy, and the moderator is financial attitude. So first of all, we are considering, actually, if you people are doing analysis for your thesis or for your article, you can consider the entire analysis as different subparts. So the first sub-model is the effect of independent variable and the moderator on the mediating variable self-efficacy. So you can draw a diagram showing self-efficacy as the dependent variable, socialization, financial attitude, and interaction of financial attitude as three different independent variables. Okay, you can draw a diagram. And also you can copy these coefficients and can place the coefficients on the just above the lines, moving from socialization to self-efficacy, financial attitude to self-efficacy, and so on. Okay, so the diagram will be beautiful, will be showing more information. Okay, let us see. Here, the socialization, the effect of socialization is the effect of socialization on financial well-being is significant as the p-value is more than, less than 0.05. But you look at financial attitude, the significance value is more than 0.05. That means there is no direct effect for financial attitude on financial well-being. But you look at the interaction between socialization and financial attitude. The coefficient is negative. That means there is a negative impact on financial well-being, and the p-value is significant. Interaction is significant. Okay, so that is to be reported first. Now we are moving the R-square value, higher order unconditional interaction, R-square change is 0.0275. That means the interaction can make only 2.75% change in the financial well-being. Only 2.75% change. But the effect is significant. Now we can see the conditional effects of the focal predictor by taking -1 standard deviation, x bar -1 standard deviation, x bar and x bar plus 1 standard deviation. Minus 0.7459, that means x bar plus minus 1 standard deviation is 0.7459. That means standard deviation of financial attitude is 0.7459, and the mean of the standardized value of financial attitude is 0. The effect is 0.5108. Effect is 0.0518. But when the values of financial attitude increases, that is from -2 to 0, when the value of financial attitude increased from minus 0.74 to 0, the effect has reduced. That means at lower level of attitude, see, we are actually dealing with financial attitude. Lower level of financial attitude means what? You have to think about the theoretical aspects also, not just the statistics. Lower level of financial attitude means negative financial attitude, and a higher level of financial attitude means positive financial attitude. When the financial attitude of women is negative, it has more effect on financial self-efficacy. But when the values of financial attitude increases, it is increased to x bar plus 1 standard deviation, that is 0.7459. The effect has reduced to 0.2290. This part itself is very important for giving beautiful explanation regarding the theory we are dealing. We are actually exploring the relationship between the financial attitude and the self-efficacy. At present, we are doing that. So at lower level of financial attitude, its effect on financial self-efficacy is maximum, but at higher level of financial attitude, its effect on financial self-efficacy is going down. Always you remember, those who have gone through the psychological aspects, we know negativism has more impact. So you can connect, you can quote all those studies which are saying in this line, negativism. That means, say for example, if some of you are dealing with the behavioral finance, you know that people actually suffer a lot from losses, or will be more sad or more panic when there is some loss, but equal amount of gain will not give that much enjoyment. Okay, that's the case here also. The negative attitude actually gives more important or influence more on financial self-efficacy of women, and the positive financial attitude is giving or impacting less. But you remember, if you look at the p-values at all levels of financial attitude, the effect on self-efficacy is significant, because the p-values, all the p-values are less than 0.05. Okay, so if this is the case, you don't want to look at this table, this big table. If all the p-values are 0.000, from there itself you can say that at any level of financial attitude, the effect is the effect of the independent variable on the dependent variable will be significant. Okay, so you look at the p-values, all the p-values are actually less than 0.05, almost everywhere except one. Okay, that's only a random issue, so I don't want to explain too much about that. Here, you know, for what purpose this is actually applied. This is the code for drawing the diagram. Code for drawing the diagram. What is expected to be done? I'm not going to do it because we have done it several times. It's time consuming again and again doing this because we have to show more number of models here. Okay, so this is to be copied, and it is to be copied to the syntax file. Then when it is run, you will get a diagram. You copy the diagram and paste it in a Word file, and then draw diagram. So you will get the slope. If you are drawing a diagram with the help of this information, means you know that at all levels the effect is actually significant, but at lower level effect is more. So at lower level, the line representing the lower level will be more steeper. The slope will be more in case of the line which is representing the lower level of attitude. Okay, that's the case. So we are moving on. So this is the second part of the regression model. We are breaking the model into different parts for analysis. So if you are reporting this, the analytical part of this report, you can break and you can draw different diagrams. So this is the second one, that is outcome variable is taken as financial well-being, and the independent variables here are socialization, self-efficacy, financial attitude, and interaction. Okay, and interaction. So you can see the p-values, all the p-values are significant. That means the socialization directly influence or directly affect financial well-being in a significant manner. Self-efficacy also significantly influence financial well-being. Financial attitude, you look here, it is significant, and interaction of these, interaction of attitude and the moderator variable, attitude, and the self-efficacy or the socialization, all are significant. See, interaction, socialization, and financial attitude. Here, the R-square change is actually 0.0098. That means the effect is less than 1%, but the p-value is less than 0.05, so p-value is 0.0094. So now we are checking the conditional effects of focal predictor. See, again, financial attitude. This is the second case. You may be remembering the diagram. The x bar plus or minus one standard deviation, x bar and then x bar plus 1 standard deviation. Look at the effect. The effect is 0.3480, then 0.2691 and 0.1902. See, here also the effect is going down. And in all the three levels, the effect is significant. Again, significant. Attitude is moderating significantly. So this one is actually used for drawing the diagram. You have to see the conditional direct effects of x on y. Conditional direct effects of x on y. Financial attitude at lower level points at when the financial attitude is x bar minus 1 standard deviation, the effect is 0.3480. It is significant. And when it is increased on all the three levels, it is significant. Now the indirect effect, that means the direct effects, all the direct effects are significant. Normally, if there is no moderation, we will get the direct effect as a single value. But in case of moderation, we are getting the effect under three different levels. So all the three different levels, the effect of financial attitude is significant. Let us see the indirect effect, that is socialization to self-efficacy to financial well-being. Socialization to self-efficacy to financial well-being. Here also it is also given under three different levels. At lower level, the effect is 0.1915. The effect has reduced. Here we are referring the relationship between self-efficacy, the socialization, self-efficacy, and financial well-being. So after moderation, what will be the effect? That's what we are actually studying. Okay, the effect is only 0.1915, and when the attitude, the level of attitude is taken equal to x bar, the effect becomes 0.1387. And again, when we are increasing the level of attitude, the effect is reducing. In all the three cases, the effect is actually at higher level of financial attitude, the direct effect and the indirect effect are actually going down. Now we have to see whether this indirect effect is significant or not. See, look at the bootstrap, the lower level confidence interval and upper level confidence interval. See, all the lower level confidence interval and upper level confidence intervals are positive. That means the indirect effect is also significant. That means the indirect effect after moderation, the indirect effect between socialization and financial well-being through self-efficacy after moderated by financial attitude is significant at all the three levels. That's what you have to remember. This is very, very important. Very, very important. After moderation, the indirect effect of financial attitude, indirect effect is significant at all levels. And you see the index of moderated mediation. Index of moderated mediation, index is -0.078. You look at the bootstrap, a lower level confidence interval and upper level confidence interval, both of them are negative. That means the moderated mediation is significant. See, the moderated mediation is significant. First of all, the in between socialization and self-efficacy, there is a moderation, and the self-efficacy is mediating between socialization and financial well-being. So the moderated mediation is significant. That means the moderation as well as the mediation are significant even after the moderate. That means at all levels of financial attitude, the indirect effect of financial self-efficacy on in the relationship between socialization and the financial well-being is significant. You have to describe like a story. Looking at the data, you have to make a story. Okay. See, now we are provided with pairwise contrast between conditional indirect effects. That means effect 1 minus effect 2. We know there are two different effects. The financial attitude is moderating in two different places. So effect 1 and effect 2 are given. At lower level, the effect was 0.1387. Effect 2, it is 0.1915. Both of them are actually reducing, but the effect 2 is actually more than effect 1. That means we have drawn the diagram. If you have the diagram, you see first of all, the financial attitude is moderated between socialization, and self-efficacy. That is considered as model 1. And the second arrow, the relationship between two variables, that is considered as moderation number 2. So moderation number 2 is comparatively more than that of, or more serious than that of moderation number 1. And you look at if you look at the bootstrap lower level and upper level confidence, the differences are actually significant. We are testing whether the differences are significant. Definitely, the differences are significant. That means the second moderation is more serious than the first one. Okay. I know the participants are actually doing research on different areas. You have to incorporate your theories, your theory along with this the statistics, and you have to refer the previous studies, what the previous studies are saying. If you can say something deeper than the findings of the previous studies, definitely your work will be superior than that of the others. Okay, so that's all about model number 8. Okay, so we are moving on to another model number. Okay, let's check which model is there. See another model. See what difference actually you feel. Model number 9. Actually, there are two different moderators moderating the same variable. Here we have one independent variable, one dependent variable, one mediating variable, two moderating variables. Moderating variables are labeled as W and Z. So, as the older examples, X is the financial socialization, Y is the financial well-being, mediator is financial self-efficacy, and W is financial attitude, Z is gender equality. Okay. If you please write down, draw this diagram, write down the name of the labels, variables, so that you will be in a position to understand what I am actually telling you. Okay. I hope you have drawn. If this is with you, if this diagram is with you, you will be able to understand what I am actually telling. Okay. So, analyze, regression, process, financial well-being is the dependent variable, socialization is the independent variable, then self-efficacy is the independent variable, attitude is okay, one more moderator, that is gender equality. Okay. Hope I'm doing the right thing. You check whether what I have said, W financial attitude, Z gender equality, even if it is not in a reverse mode, there also there is no problem at all. Okay, there is no problem at all. We are dealing with model number 9. Model number 9. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, first of all, we have to change the model number 9, options. Okay. Okay. Continue. Then give, okay. See, model number 9. Y is financial well-being, X is socialization, M is self-efficacy, W is financial attitude, and Z is gender equality. So the first part of the model is considering self-efficacy as the outcome variable and socialization, then financial attitude, interaction between financial attitude and socialization, then gender equality, then interaction between gender equality and financial attitude. All these are taken. See, the effect of socialization on financial well-being is 0.35, and that is significant. The effect of financial attitude on financial self-efficacy is actually negative. The p-value is less than 0.05, so it is significant. The interaction is also negative. So the p-value is less than 0.05. Then gender equality. Gender equality is, the effect is positive and it is significant. Interaction between gender equality and socialization, the effect is minus 0.005, and it is not significant because the p-value is greater than 0.05. That is not at all significant. It is very close to 1. Okay. So we have a rough idea regarding what all variables are significant, what are not significant. So we are provided with very vital information, that is interaction number 1. What is interaction number 1? Socialization and financial attitude. Interaction number 2 is socialization and gender equality. And the higher order unconditional interactions. Higher order unconditional interactions, that is the interaction between socialization and financial attitude, R square change is 0.019. And that is significant because the p-value is less than 0.05. The interaction between X and Z, that is socialization and gender equality, R square change is absolute zero. Absolute zero. So definitely it is not significant. We have already seen this 8.8749 is available here also. So you don't want to bother or think that this is something else. No. But here, this is the additional information available to us. That is both X. That means 2 interactions at the same time. The effect is actually 0.0256, and the p-value is less than 0.05. That means when these 2 variables are interacting or moderating, that is, socialization is being moderated by financial attitude as well as gender equality, the total effect, that when the effect as a whole is taken, it is significant. Okay. This part itself can be explained as a paragraph. You have to develop that. Yes, you have to understand how to interpret this. Okay. Actually, we have focal predictor values, lower level of financial attitude, average level of financial attitude, and the highest level of financial attitude. Everywhere you look at gender equality at lowest level of financial attitude, the effect is these are the first column represents the lowest, the different levels of financial attitude. Second column shows different levels of gender equality, that is different levels of two moderating variables. So when both of them taken together, what will be the effect? That's what we are actually watching, the effect. At lowest level of financial attitude and gender equality, the effect is 0.464969. At the lowest level of financial attitude and the mean level of gender equality, the effect is somewhat reduced, 0.4917. And at the lowest level of okay. At the lowest level of financial attitude and the highest level of gender equality. I hope you can understand. We are actually taking the moderating variables are taken at three different levels. That is least level, mean level, and highest level. Least level means x bar minus 1 standard deviation. Mean level is at 0. And the highest level is taken as x bar plus 1 standard deviation. So first of all, we can see the least levels of financial attitude. It is compared with the least level of gender equality. The effect is 0.4969. At the least level of financial attitude and the mean level of gender equality, the effect is reduced to 0.4917. And at the least level of financial attitude and the highest level of gender equality, again, the effect is reduced. It is reduced to 0.4865. And at the mean level of financial attitude and the least level of gender equality, again, the effect is reduced to 0.3637. At mean level of both, it is 0.35. So you see, the effect is actually reducing. Effect is reduced at different levels. Okay, if you closely observe, you will be able to interpret something more. The least level of financial attitude is actually causing severe effect on the financial well-being. Okay, and all the p values are actually less than 0.05. That means at all combinations of both the moderators, at all possible combinations of moderators, the combined effect is significant. The combined effect is significant. That's what this data shows. Actually, this is the explanation of the earlier one. See, another one, outcome variable. Financial well-being is taken as the outcome variable. Then socialization and self-efficacy are considered as the independent variable. R is 0.6073 and R score is 0.36. The model is significant. Look at the p-values of socialization and self-efficacy, both are significant. And you can see the direct effect of X on Y. Direct effect of X on Y is 0.2788. And that effect is significant because the p-value is less than 0.05. Now we have to see the indirect effect. There are different combinations of indirect effects. Lower level, all different possible combinations of moderators are taken into account. The first three are the least level of financial attitude compared with different levels of gender equality. That is least, median, mean, and highest. So you look at the bootstrap, lower level confidence interval and upper level confidence. All the lower level and upper level confidence intervals are positive. That means at all levels, at all possible combinations, the indirect effect is significant. Indirect effect is significant irrespective of the levels of the moderators. That's the final conclusion. And indices of partial moderated mediation. The indices are negative in both the cases, financial attitude and gender equality. See, bootstrap, lower level confidence interval and the upper level confidence interval. The first one is, both are negative, but in the case of the second one is negative and the second is positive. One negative and second positive means gender equality alone. The effect of gender equality alone is not significant. When both of them together taken will be significant. Okay, that's the finding. That's the finding. When gender equality, financial attitude is more significant in moderating the relationship between socialization and financial well-being. So this is another pairwise combination. We know exactly what it is. So that's all about model number 9. Model number 9, when we are adding more and more moderators, the analysis becomes more and more complicated. See, analysis becomes more and more complicated. But the thing is that it is very easy for me to explain everything. But the thing is that as a person who makes a research paper, or as a person who prepare analytical chapter of analysis of PhD or MPhil thesis, you always remember, you can't explain everything in a single flow. You have to divide, and you have to draw different diagrams representing different analysis. Then you will be in a position to explain everything. And if you are preparing an article for a decent journal, you will not get enough space for reporting all these data in bulk quantity. Never, you will not get it. So you have to learn making stories without actually reporting the actual data. You have to report the data not in a tabular form. Only very important, very significant data are being presented in the article, and others are to be explained, quoting the numerical values and the relationships. That's very important. You have to learn that skill. Okay. Now we have to move on to another See, here there are two different mediators and two different moderators. I have drawn this diagram according to my convenience or according to my taste. You can draw it in different ways. Actually, there are only two moderators. You can draw from one side or from both sides. You only think about the flow of the arrow. Okay, no problem at all.
Excuse me, sir. Is this model 9 or is there
No,
any...
actually, this is model. Okay, we can test it. No problem at all. If it is not model number 9, it will not work. Okay, no problem. We have already seen model number 9. Okay, you always remember. You don't want to. Okay, we don't want to bother about the model number at first. If you know it, okay, no problem at all. If you don't know, actually, you can test it. Then the system will say this is not suitable. Then you can change. Actually, this is model number 10. Thank you so much for reminding me. First-time users, always remember, if you are attempting without proper understanding about the model number, don't bother. The system will not give you the answer or the analysis. So naturally, you have to check with another model. Then you will identify what is the kind of what model it is. Okay, no problem. Okay, model number 10. Can test it. I hope you have done it. Okay, may I make a change in the variables? Okay, we have seen so many times socialization and well-being. So we have some other variables also. Okay. In place of socialization, I would like to take financial behavior or financial discipline. And all other variables are remain there, are kept without any change. Okay, no problem at all, because we have to experiment. The researchers are expected to experiment with different combinations, but the thing is that you have to check with the theory. See, all the researchers listening to me must think whether this X variable financial behavior is related to or is influencing financial well-being. Is there any theory behind it? What the literature says, the current literature says about it. Okay, if the current literature says about it, you can quote it and test it. If the current literature is not speaking about it, you have to make your own arguments, logical arguments regarding why you are placing a relationship between these two variables. Okay, then you have to think about the relationship between behavior and self-efficacy. Somebody else may say that self-efficacy can create behavior or can influence financial behavior. That's true. So many articles are saying financial self-efficacy is someone says it's a mediator in between financial well-being and financial behavior. Some others are saying it's an independent variable influencing the relationship between behavior and well-being. Okay, so if what you actually believe and what you actually argue, that's the question. Okay, and we need two mediators. I haven't given M2. This one is self-efficacy is M1, and we need one more mediator. Okay. So M2. So let me check the data so that I can say, oh, what can be the second. This is not self-efficacy. Self-efficacy is already given. This is M2. Okay. Can check the data. Actually, it is very difficult for a person to remember all the variables in a data set. Okay. You see, these are the main variables. FOC is freedom of choice and security is financial security. The average of FOC and security is financial well-being. That means financial well-being is a multi-dimensional construct consisting of freedom of choice and security. And financial behavior in this study is a multi-dimensional construct composing behavior 1, behavior 2, behavior 3. So the average is taken as financial behavior. Gender equality as well as gender equality also is a multi-dimensional construct 1 and 2. That is the average is taken as gender equality. Then financial attitude. Okay, we have another variable called literacy. Actually, this is not a continuous variable. We can make a new variable, but I'm actually going to make a change in the okay. Okay, that is I'm actually not doing the right process here. I have changed the measure, but that is not the procedure. If you want to convert this financial literacy into a scale data, you can do it simply by calculating the standardized value. That is a transformation you have studied. Automatically, an ordinal data will become continuous data. Okay, this is for the sake of saving time. Don't feel that this is the way in which the nature of a data is being changed. Okay, so M2 is financial literacy. Okay, remember the variables. Okay, go to analyze regression process. We are dealing with model number 10. Okay, financial well-being is the Y variable. Behavior is the independent variable. Okay. Then mediator self-efficacy. Along with self-efficacy, we have literacy. Again, it is shown here as no, it will not work. So I am considering socialization as another mediator. Excuse me. Okay, then financial attitude and gender equality are the moderators. Okay, so I have made a slight change in the variables. I'm explaining dependent variable is financial well-being, independent variable is financial behavior, and self-efficacy and socialization are considered as the two different mediators. Two different moderators are there, financial attitude and gender equality. Okay. Okay, only continuous variables are being used. Okay, conditioning values, -1 standard deviation mean. Okay, I'm not applying Johnson name and output because it will give a very long, very lengthy table that is not so useful for this case. Okay, continue. Okay, let's try. Okay. Let's wait. It's actually a complicated calculations are required. Okay, ready. Model number 10. Look at the variables. See, the first regression model is financial behavior is the original independent variable. Self-efficacy, the mediator is taken as the outcome variable. Then financial attitude. The interaction between financial behavior and attitude. Then gender equality. Interaction between gender equality and financial behavior. All these are given. Okay. See, let's see what all are actually significant. The financial behavior is, the effect is 0.489. It is significant. Financial attitude also, p-value is 0.0027. That is also significant. Interaction is also significant. Gender equality is significant, but the interaction of gender equality with the financial behavior is not significant. Okay. And so interaction between, this is actually additional information. You don't want to bother about it. Higher order unconditional interactions, R-square change. That is financial behavior, the interaction between or the moderation of financial behavior with financial attitude. R-square change is 0.0107, that is 1.07%. That is actually significant because the p-value is less than 0.05. Then X and Z, that is behavior and gender equality, that is, the effect is 0.001, that is only 0.1% effect, that is not significant, X and Z. But you see, it's difficult to handle this. So many tables are there. Okay, this one. Okay. The moderating effect of gender equality on financial behavior is not significant, but when we consider both the interaction effects together, it is significant. The significance value is 0.0206. Okay, the individual moderation effect of attitude on behavior is significant. Moderation effect of attitude as well as gender equality is also significant, but the moderating effect of gender equality alone is not significant. Hence, you always remember, attitude is playing a vital role. It has a vital role in moderating the financial relationship between financial behavior and financial self-efficacy. Okay. As in the case of last one, we have conditional effects of the focal predictors. The lower levels, first of all, we can see the lower levels of financial attitude and different levels of gender equality. The effects you can see. In the last case, see, at the lowest level of financial attitude and lowest level of gender equality, the effect is 0.5660. But at the least level of financial attitude and the mean level of gender equality, the effect has increased. Effect has increased. And the least level of financial attitude and the highest level of gender equality, the effect is again increased. That means, what does it mean? See, here all the financial attitude values are kept constant, means least level. But gender equality values are actually increasing. That is minus 0.9276 to 0.02 plus 9276. When it is increasing, the effect is also increasing. That means, as the value of gender equality increases at the lowest level of financial attitude. See, lowest level of financial attitude means the negative financial attitude. When the least positive possible negative, when the financial attitude is negative, as the gender equality increases, the effect of behavior on the financial well-being is actually, financial self-efficacy is being increased. Remember, this is very important. Theoretically, this kind of a finding is very, very important. And you see, when the attitude is increased to the mean level, see, attitude is mean level and gender equality is negative or the least, the effect is 0.4574. When both are same, again it is increasing. When the gender equality is increased, again it is increasing. So similar pattern, you can see similar pattern when the level of gender equality increases. The moderating effect of financial attitude, the moderating effect is actually increasing. We are considering both the moderating variables together. And you see, we can check whether the same pattern is continuing when financial attitude, the financial attitude becomes positive. Financial attitudes are actually positive in here, 0.7459. And when the gender equality is least, minus means least or less. the effect is 0.3489. When gender equality is at mean level 0.3807, it is increasing. Again, when gender equality is increased to 0.92, the effect is increasing. So similar pattern can be seen everywhere. What kind of a finding? Considering everything, what kind of a finding you can see? A very beautiful finding hides inside. A very beautiful finding is hiding inside. This kind of an analysis is not at all available in any other softwares. Okay, see. At any level of financial attitude, whatever be the level of attitude, as the gender equality increases, the effect of both these variables, moderating effect of both these variables in the relationship between financial behavior and financial self-efficacy improves. That's one finding. Then you can see, okay, that's a very important finding. And you see whether this is significant. Actually, this is significant. By using this table itself, you may be able to prepare an article, a very decent article. Okay. With this, we can draw a diagram. These are actually very lengthy one. So drawing diagram is somewhat complicated. Don't attempt for that. Then socialization is taken as another outcome variable. Similar, you can see. You simply look at this, the second table. You look at the p-values when socialization is taken. Socialization is taken as the outcome variable. The p-values are actually greater than, p-values are greater than 0.05. That means the moderating effect of both financial attitude and gender equality are not significant. Socialization is not influenced by financial behavior when these are actually moderated. There also we can have a finding. So there is conditional effects of focal predictor. I have already explained how to interpret. See, financial well-being, this is the final one. Financial well-being, the final outcome variable is taken. All independent variables are available here. See, you look at the significance value, that is p-value, or almost all variables other than interaction number 2. Interaction number 2 is financial behavior and gender inequality. That is not significant at 5%. One more, interaction number 1 is also not significant. Moderated mediation in case of interaction number 1 is also not significant. All others are significant. Okay. Further explanations are there. When we are doing more and more complicated analysis, more and more details are available to us. Okay, we have discussed the up to model number 10. Since this is the last day of the seminar and we have almost 12 minutes to conclude. If you have some queries, my dear friends, to the participants of this program, you always remember, I haven't explained everything. I haven't explained everything. Even I haven't explained the model number 1. I was actually planning to do model number 1, because model number 1 is actually allowing us to apply categorical variables as a moderator. Categorical variables as a moderator. But the thing is that we are not able to explain everything within the time. If after trying something, if you have some queries, you may please feel free to contact me. The organizers will give me my mobile number, my email ID, and so on, so that you can ask any question at any point of time. Even if you want some sort of direct interaction or indirect interaction through our digital devices, so I will be ready. Actually, I'm actually looking for good researchers. Those who are interested can approach me. My services will be available to you free of cost. I'm not bothered about my time. So as the last words, actually, I would like to thank the organizers, the head of the Department of Commerce, Sebastian sir, Chief Coordinator of the program, Father Tom, all other members of Department of Commerce, SD College, my dear students, and other participants. Thank you so much. If you have some questions, you may raise.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, maybe my question is not a mature one, but
Don't bother about the quality of the question.
sir, may I know how many models are available?
See, I have given a material, a book written by Andrew Hayes.
Okay.
From page number 584 to page number 631, there are different models. Okay, there are different models. Actually, these are actually not continuous in nature.
Okay.
You may have some models are numbered as 89, 90, 91, 92, and so on. So many models are there.
Okay, sir.
Okay. The thing is that what kind of model you have to build, you have to apply in your research, that you have to decide. You can refer this, and by looking into that, you have to design your research model according to the availability of variables in your study.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody? You can also openly criticize the way in which we have organized, the way in which I have delivered. No problem at all. If you are criticizing on some grounds, so I will be able to understand what are my defects so that I can improve. I'm continuously trying to improve the quality of my presentation.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Okay. Yeah.
Sir, actually, I have one doubt. So, when we present the result, what are the essential tables that we have to show? Because if we are in a thesis, we can show more tables, but when we come to a research article, we may not able to show the entire tables. So,
No, no.
in the different models, what are the essential tables that always we have to show in the?
Actually, you remember, the software is giving a set of tables. We cannot change the nature of the data given in the output. But you remember that from the data given, you can take those which are very important.
Okay.
You can subdivide, a table may be subdivided and can be presented. Sometimes a table may not be given. Without giving table, you can refer the numerical values for for making explanation at the discussion part of the article.
Okay.
So it is at your choice, no problem. David, I think you are fine. Doing
Yes,
well.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Going sir.
Okay.
Sir, it was a great session, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much to see you again as my student.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Sir Rinsi here, this time not with a doubt, but I would like to thank you for an excellent and very insightful workshop, especially the way you took one of the one of the data set and that data set based approach, continuously taking the same data set. So we are also, as participants, we are having that, connectivity throughout the 3 days. So that approach actually greatly enhanced our overall understanding of mediation and moderation analysis. And I should say that you have have taken more effort to ensure that there is no room left for any doubt, at least for the sessions that you have, at least to the part that you have covered on all of these 3 days. And thank you so much for that. And thank you also for the organizers for this opportunity.
Okay, thank you so much for your nice words. I have in my laptop, I have more than 100 data sets, but I have continuously used the one data set with this particular objective in mind, not to confuse the students or participants. So I have kept the same data set for all the days, because when I say repeatedly the same thing, you will be able to connect. So thank you. Thank you for the nice words.
Thank you, sir.
Dear sir, this is truly an inspiring session, in fact. We could learn through every of the models. So thank you so much, sir. And sir, could you suggest some good books wherein we can have an in-depth learning relating to all of these aspects?
Actually, I have given a book written by Andrew F. Hayes, a detailed book with almost 400, 500 pages. That book actually explained almost everything, but the thing is, it is explained in a mathematical manner in many cases. The issue here is we have to apply our experience, and these Andrew Hayes and his associates have published so many articles regarding different models. You try to trace all those articles. That will be highly useful to you. I know you will definitely read it. Okay, books are not sufficient, because I haven't seen a book explaining everything. Since I am dealing with these aspects almost every day, I will be able to understand very easily what is the interrelationships and how to interpret. That is the experience. You have to identify those articles related to the different models written by Hayes and Associates, and so many other people are also coming. if you can read the articles by Hayes, that will be original.
அயன் மாத்திரை கொடுத்தாங்கன்னா சாப்பிட்டு வந்ததுல இருந்து வாந்தி அது கொடுக்குதுங்களா என்ன கவர்மெண்ட்ல கொடுக்க சொல்லி
Okay, I hope I have done justice to the expectations of the organizers. Thank you so much for patiently listening.
Thank you, sir, for your dedication and enriching classes. Before we conclude, participants, please note that the e-certificates will be provided within 2 days and recorded classes within 1 week through your Gmail. As we come to the end of this 3-day online workshop, it is time to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made this program a big success. First and foremost, we extend our sincere thanks to our resource person, Prof.Dr. Antony Joseph K., for sharing valuable knowledge and insights. Your expertise, clarity, and dedication have made this program highly enriching and inspiring for all of us. We would also like to express our deep gratitude to the head of the Research and Postgraduate Department of Commerce, Dr. Sebastian K.S., for his constant support, guidance, and encouragement in planning and executing this program smoothly. Our heartfelt thanks goes to the faculty in charge, Reverend Dr. Tom Antony, whose behind-the-scenes efforts ensured that every session was conducted seamlessly. We gratefully acknowledge Mr. Prinu from BTV for his valuable technical assistance, including the editing and uploading of the recorded sessions, which contribute greatly to the success of the program. I would also like to thank all dear participants for your active involvement, thoughtful questions, and enthusiastic participation throughout these 3 days. Your engagement made this program truly interactive and meaningful. Finally, we thank everyone once again for being part of this learning journey. We hope the knowledge gained here will support you in your future research endeavors. We hope to see you all in the next series. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
And sir, thank you.
Thank you.